Good morning. As we begin our show, I want to address something pretty important. Our quote of the day on Friday's show was the following: "No dream is too big, no challenge is too great, nothing we want for our future is beyond our reach." However, what we told you was that this was a quote by former US President Barack Obama. In reality, this quote came from President Donald Trump. This was an experiment organized by the sociology teacher Mr. Cochran, as well as our own, very own, Justin Plumtree. And it was definitely an interesting one. Would Trojan Live use a quote by Barack Obama, but reject the exact same quote by Donald Trump? If you were to ask me, I would say that it's extremely important to report news without bias. I would preach it to you. I have no doubt in my mind that were we given a Donald Trump quote that was suitable for our show, we would have ran it. However, we weren't, so we didn't. This raises an important question of credibility and bias. What kind of biases exist here at Petaluma High School? How does bias influence how we go through each day, how we act, how we speak, and how we report? At Trojan Live, we are going to spend the next week or more evaluating and investigating these questions, as well as evaluating ourselves. Take a moment to think about your biases. Do they cause you to do things that are unfair? Do they affect decisions that they shouldn't impact? These are all important questions. Big kudos to Mr. Cochran and Justin Plumtree for executing this experiment, and keep a lookout for more developments in the future.
Good morning, Trojans. Today's date is October 2nd, and it is a B-Day.
The quote of the day is, "The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet," from Aristotle.
Seniors, the time has come for your senior quote. Remember, that quote should be fun and school appropriate. You will not get a second chance. No changes, no updates. Any questions? If so, please see Mr. Jones in A6.
JSA members, Fall State is November 17th and 18th, and to those of you who wish to go, your packets are due this Friday, but you can bring them in anytime to A5.
Seniors, next Friday, October 5th, is the final day for your senior portraits, completed by John Nunes. Call today or book online to get your picture taken. Call at 707-765-6853.
Let's go to sports with Peter Canale.
What a shot! The Wonder Goal!
Good morning, Trojans. Today, the varsity volleyball team takes on Napa in an away game. The Trojans have defeated the Grizzlies in their last encounter, so look for another sound victory as they open the second half of the VVL today at 6 with JV and freshman Pryor. And speaking of volleyball, last Thursday, the varsity volleyball team lost to first place Justin Sienna, and Trojan Live going to interview with head coach Ryan Hughes.
Were unable to close out their first and third sets, even though you had the lead in there. How do you kind of approach this tough loss that was closer than the score indicates?
Like I said, that's a great point. I think our record also doesn't indicate how good we are.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been battling at Vintage, Casa, both went to 5. They're great schools. I mean, that girl is amazing. Good for her. They're good schools. I think I'm really looking forward to NCS.
How do you make sure, especially a young team, really keeps their heads up? You guys have had you had back-to-back 5-set losses, and this one feels tough too. How do you make sure that this team keeps on fighting through the season?
I think that's extremely important. We do have a couple mental errors, missed serves, right? It's key to complement your team, right? I mean, it's key to be that player that says, you got it, next one's you. Compliment no matter what. I don't even care if it has anything to do with volleyball, right? You have really nice hair today, right? I don't care. We just got to build each other up the whole time, every single point, no matter what.
And lastly, you mentioned the serves. They're definitely a major deciding factor today, and it's felt like this has been a struggle all year. Is it in the team's head? What's the issue with it, and how do you guys fix a kind of vital part of the game?
Right. I think missed serves are really hurting us this whole season. And it's not like we don't practice it. We practice it constantly. I think a lot of it's just mental. I mean, it's a lot of pressure to go back there, and when it's 25-25 or, close game and everybody's looking at you to make your serve, it's just nothing but panic, right? And it's a mental error, and we just got to we're a young team. We're going to toughen up and get better throughout the season.
Meanwhile, the undefeated Trojan golf team takes on Vintage in Napa today. Petaluma has already beat every other team in the league, and they hope for another victory facing the Crushers today at 3:30. And finally, the girls' varsity tennis team takes on Sonoma Valley today. The young Trojans are yet to win a game this season and look for their first victory today in Sonoma at 3:30. That's all for sports. Let's head back to the anchor desk.
Hey hosts and members, those of you who would like to come to the Regional Leadership Conference on Saturday, October 27th, applications are due this Friday. This event will be held at Dublin High School, and it's a great opportunity to network and learn leadership skills. Come to F13 to get more information and paperwork.
And now we have a movie trailer review from Ben and Aiden.
Oh, hey guys. I'm Ben Vandermeer.
And I'm Aiden Cannon.
And this is 60-second movie reviews. We're going to do something a little bit different this week in the pattern of past weeks of doing things different.
Yes.
And we are going to talk about some of the big trailers that have dropped this week because it's been
a trailer roundup of sorts.
Exactly, yeah. So, Aiden, what did you think was popular this week?
Well, my week started with the Creed 2 trailer.
Yeah.
I actually really liked the first Creed, Ben. Did you by any chance
I didn't
get
get a chance to see it all the way through, but from what I can tell, it looks like it'll be very exciting to watch on an airplane at some point in time.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I really liked the first two Rockies, and I unfortunately watched Rocky 3 and 4. But I really enjoyed the first Creed. I thought it was an interesting reinvention of the series,
yeah.
And I thought it was interesting to see the rise of the younger generation. It seems like in Creed 2 we're going to get more of that because it looks like Ivan Drago's son will be challenging Adonis Creed.
Yeah.
But I look forward to that around Thanksgiving.
You know what I liked was the Captain Marvel and Dark Phoenix, X-Men Dark Phoenix trailers. Those were really good. Those looked really exciting. The Dark Phoenix trailer looked like it leaned more towards the side of the good X-Men movies.
Yes, which is always a good thing.
Captain Marvel was a solid trailer. Everyone seemed like it was interesting. I can't wait to see what else they put out for it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't my favorite out of all the trailers that they dropped, but it looked really promising, and I'm excited by it. Yeah, what about you?
And finally, this week we got the final trailer for Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah.
And this actually got me way more excited for the movie.
Yeah.
I liked the first Fantastic Beasts, I think, a lot more than a bunch of other critics, but it was really good. And I'm watching the new trailer, it seems like they're skewing even darker, which I find really interesting because I don't think that's something that's really been done with that sort of Wizarding World license yet. So I eagerly await that in November.
There you go.
This has been your trailer roundup
there you go.
for this week, and we look forward to seeing you next week when we will have a Venom review. See you guys later.
See ya.
10th and 11th graders, the PSATs are soon approaching. They will take place on October 13th at 8 a.m. Remember to turn your $25 into the finance office ASAP. If you have any questions, you can talk to your counselor.
Petaluma High School gets plenty of freshmen every year. I asked them a couple questions about the transfer of schools and adjusting to high school.
All the staff are really exceptional, and just the entire campus in itself is really great.
It's fun. It's fun. Great.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Petaluma is really great. People are really connected. They're really nice.
We have Redfield together, and she's a really fantastic teacher.
Mine's science with Miss Smith. Math.
Physical science.
I'll probably say English class for me.
Art. Honestly, English.
Mine's science too.
Art.
My favorite class, I gotta say human interaction, because we actually learn about life and things like that.
I'm in JSA.
No, we're just in cheer.
I'm in drama club.
I'm also in drama club.
I'm in JSA.
Overall, I thought it was fun.
I went. It was actually really fun.
Yeah, I went. It was super cool, and there's a lot of lights.
Homecoming was great. It was really fun. It was a great environment. A lot of people.
Just learning, I guess. Just new experiences.
Learning.
End of the year.
Probably end of the year.
Definitely end of the year.
Yeah, me too. End of the year.
Graduating.
The Petaluma High Genders and Sexualities Alliance will be meeting this Friday in E5. Come join a community of fantastic people and make a lot of friends.
And now we have a word from our sponsor.
Not again. Someone didn't go to all good driving school.
Make sure to check out our Instagram at Trojan Live PHS for exclusive behind-the-scenes interviews and so much more.
That's all for today. Tune in tomorrow and
make it a great day.
Day.